in the finals, and we won the die roll. We'll play first. Yeah, this hand does things. I like it. Look at all these colors we have. Alright, opponent mulls to 6 and keeps. And we are good at 7. And we have pretty decent little turn progression here, too, so. Nice start. Alright. Mountain Go. What do you think? Another Boros deck? Or Gruul? We'll find out. Another Boros deck, alright. Bomber Core. Oh yeah, that card's pretty cool. Grizzly Spectacles, not bad either. So you can swing with the Guild Mage and then give it lifelink. We got nothing better to do, sure. So Enforcer, potentially into Grizzly Spectacle if we get the extra black. Otherwise the Spy, and we can extort the turn after that, which isn't bad. Alright, as expected. Not blocking, so we'll get our lifelink on, do a 4-point life swing. Not bad for turn 3. See if our opponent has the Sky Knight Legionnaire. Looks like they do indeed. So they'll get him for 3. So we got the extra black mana, which is actually pretty good. So let's go Swamp, swing with Guild Mage, play Enforcer. And pass. All right, Salt Griffin. So, kind of want our opponent to attack with the Legionnaire here. Yeah, it's pretty good for us. Now we can kill the Griffin and extort and smash back, so a lot of pros here. Not so many cons. All right, let's do this. Grizzly Spectacle, kill you. Extort. Mill you for 3. What's Mugging do again? Oh yeah, that card's pretty awesome actually for an aggro deck. So let's bash in for 5. Very good. So we can play Screecher next turn. We can extort, and we still can give lifelink. It's pretty slick, actually. Okay. Guess that puts a little bit of a stop to our attacks. Halts the attack. Ooh. Now I definitely want to draw another removal spell. That would be the best. Alright, so we got Death Cult Rogue instead. So what can we do here? I can play the Screecher, extort, and still play a Death Cult Rogue, but then I can't extort. It's still probably fine. So we'll play Screecher. We'll extort. And we'll play the rogue. That's not a rogue. That's not a rogue. That's not a rogue. All right, so play this. No extortions necessary. You can extort off the spy next turn as well. So you can double up on extort when you have enough mana, but that's a lot of mana. Okay, Edict the Rogue. I don't have a huge problem there. Get their vigilance on. I see. So I could double block the Thunder Fist. Problem is I end up losing both of my guys, which isn't great. Can I afford to take 6 here? I suppose I can. So I think we'll just... I can block with both of my extort guys, take that out. Left with my lifelink guy and a spy. I think we'll take it. We're going to try and do some capitalization off these extort and Vizcopa Guildmage, ideally. Okay, so I can play the Parasite and double extort. Let me think about this. I can Guildmage, second ability, play Parasite, double extort. Or can I double extort? No, I guess I can only single extort, so it's not worth it. So I guess I could chump the Parasite on the Thunder Fist, though. Oh, no, you can kill it with the Bomber Core. I see. So I want to do the Spy. So let's Spy. Double extort. See what we mill on our opponent here. Ideally, a lot of goodies. Oh, just a plains. All right. And then get in with Screecher. All right. Get some vigilance. All right, we'll take our medicine here. Okay, so opponent's tapped out. This is a good opportunity to win. Let's think of how we best do that. So let's draw. So we can do this effect now. We still run into that same problem, though, where we can't extort all the times I want to. So I think we play Parasite, we double extort. We attack with the Spy. I can play the Phantom, but I can only extort once. But it does keep back the Thunder Fist. So maybe I just do that. Attack with the Spy, Phantom, extort, pass. That's kind of nice too. Can't extort there. All right. Okay. Keep playing against the act of treason decks. Phantom gets so much worse. So it looks like we're going to be doing the same swap we did last time. I think we got to go to 1 here because I need both of my extorts to win evasively. Oh, he is attacking with everything. All right, so let's see what the Bomber Core does. Dealt the 1 to us, so that's pretty smart. Because now we have to block more. So I'm trying to think if I can just... All right, so how do we block here? Kill this. Jump here. Block here. Put this in a pretty bad spot. Extort's not going to get us there. Yeah. What if I keep my flyer? So I go like this and this. Okay. But then I lose my Vizcopic Guildmage anyway, so I can't do that. But I can get in for 3. Play the Throw Parasite. Extort for 1. And smash for 3. Or do I want to keep the Guildmage, pay the thing? I think we keep the flyer because I think we're dead next turn regardless. I think. So I think we keep the flyer for the sole reason that I can at least attack with it. So that way I can win if I draw another spell I can extort off of. Okay. And I'm only keeping the Screecher so I can fly over top. Ah, there we go. Perfect. So extort. Let's make sure we tap our mana correctly here. Extort twice. And bash. I guess we actually just bash with the spy. Well, I guess it doesn't matter. Well, let's see. My opponent attacks with everything, kills that. I block that. Alright. I guess we attack with both. Okay. That was a close one. So, same plan as before. Phantom's gone for the hexproofy dude. And I guess everything else is okay. I'd probably keep, I guess, but Foundry Champion sure looks bad. I think we're still going to keep. Alright, I'll take a removal spell. Likely offering the sprite for the denizen at some point. I mean, I'm going to block if my opponent attacks. If it's just to use a Blood Rush spell, I kind of don't care. Like, I'll trade something that could deal damage to me for my 1/2 flyer that I'm not really going to be attacking with for a while anyway. Alright, no attacks, no plays, no land. All of that is good. Let's get our second black man out there and pass. I mean, I could attack for 2 here, I guess. It means opponent's got 6 spells in hand. Alright, I'm actually going to attack. This might be a little risky, but the upside is I'm dealing more damage than my opponent. And I don't know. I think plugging away a little bit of damage at my opponent's not the worst play here. I guess I could have pumped after attacks, but whatever. So yeah, Foundry Champion not looking so sexy here, I admit. Ooh, Madcap skills. Well, sure glad I've got this Grizzly Spectacle. So I don't think there's anything that I can think of that protects my opponent's denizen, so we'll leave up the spectacle on my opponent's turn. Hope they have another Madcap Skills. Madcap Skills is a great spell, by the way. Very good aura. Very strong. We would have been much more serious trouble if we didn't have the Grizzly Spectacle here. Opponent's going to know something's up, though, if we leave up 4 mana. So, I almost... Yeah, the thing is, leaving... Yeah, this is pretty telegraphed move, I guess. So kill that, mill 4. Got rid of 3 lands, but our opponent kind of already got the land they needed. Ooh, Keymaster Rogue's a good draw. So let's get in with Sprite and then play the Rogue. Are you the Keymaster? I'm the Gatekeeper. Homing Lightning. All right. So we can go Sprite Rogue or Elemental. I guess we'll go Elemental. More chance to extort off these dudes if we draw hot. Never would have thought a 6 mana 3/3 flying would be good enough, but at least we know our opponent's got the Sky Knight Legionnaire, so can do some work on that front, I suppose. Homing Lightning is a great spell. It's a good instant. All right. Salt Griffin. Smog Elemental doing work. Okay. So smash with Smog Elemental, play Rogue and Sprite. Foundry Champ can burn face, too. Lest we forget. I'm actually surprised I'm the one that's behind on clock. I felt like my opponent was the one earlier, but... what can I say? My deck is a little bit slower than one would think. Okay. Halberdiers, still in a good position to race there. It also, I assume, is not a... Ooh. Alright. Alright. Gets in for 5 here. Not bad. So opponent could bash for 8 next turn? Jeez. Madcap Skills is good. Oh. And then I just draw absurdly good. Well, that's cool. Let's get in with everything. So, potentially kill them next turn. Ideally, kill them next turn. So we want our opponent to go for lethal here, which means we want them to try and do something spicy. All right. Spectacle. Mill 5. Got rid of some pretty decent spells. We dropped to 7. True Fire Paladin, there's a good one. It's not a rogue, though. See if we can't draw a spell here. Yeah, I think we gotta go for lethal. I guess we don't have to, but I'm going to. Opponent does, in fact, kill us on the backswing, however. Yeah, they had the goodies, so looks like we're dead. 1 short of lethal. If only I could play this pesky Foundry champ. So this is going to be a challenging one. Multiple madcap skills is just really rapid way to win. Super close game. But it did require an actual spell there. Ooh, Shadow Slice would have done it too. All right. So do I want another Totally Lost, or do I want to try Void Walk to get rid of madcap skills? Because it's cheaper than Totally Lost. That's not terrible. I mean, we already have Totally Lost. We have 2 Grizzly Spectacles. So we have the means to deal with the thing. I think we'll keep it the same. All right, final game, and yeah, I guess we'll keep. Not an optimum hand, admittedly, but we'll see what we can draw. I mean, Arrows of Justice and Grizzly Spectacle can take care of some of our opponent's big threats and at least deals with madcap skills fairly effectively. So, seems like a hand worth keeping. I assume our opponent is banking on madcap skills, just destroying us on a Foundry Street Denizen. The all-in plan. Okay, opponent keeps at 6 after a bit of deliberation. We'll get that Guild Gate down and pass. Alright. Foundry Street Denizen. So won't pay our 2 life. Okay. Alright, we're in pretty big trouble if we don't rip spells. I think we'll Arrows of Justice the Bomber Core here. Guess I should have waited till see if they had something else. All right. Not feeling very confident with this game anymore, but that's all right. A little Spectacle, the Halberdier. At least we got rid of 3 spells there. So I'll play the Screecher. So we could rip a Shadow Slice. And if our opponent doesn't have removal, that would be pretty nasty. Yeah, we're in pretty serious trouble now. So I think we actually have to block because I want to turn off the elite bonus. All right, Enforcer, sure. I mean, if I didn't block with the Screecher, it would still force our opponent to have another red creature to be able to attack into Screecher and Enforcer. Plus, I would have been able to extort, but I don't know. It felt risky. All right, I think that's a problem. I would trade the Enforcer for the Cinder Elemental. Once again, it would turn off our opponent's Boros Elite attack for the next turn, as well as this Fireball on a stick that our opponent has. Does not seem like a good attack for my opponent. I guess it's more like a Blaze on a stick. So, wouldn't mind ripping a Foundry Champion. Don't really want to rip a Clan Defiance here, though. Alright, no attacks. We untap. Keymaster Rogue. So I have 6 lands, which means if I play Rogue, I can extort, but then I can't replay the Enforcer. I probably still do it. Offer the trade with the Elite if we can. I mean, I can bounce the Rogue, but I think I'd rather trade the Rogue and keep the Extort guy. I mean, it's infinite Extort, but for 5 mana, not really worth it. I'd rather trade off the Rogue for the Elite. Alright. I think it's pretty much GG's here. Do Prism. Well, I guess we want to. Let's see. Enforcer, our opponent can nuke us for 5, which means we're dead. So I think I actually have to cast Prism to kill one of his creatures, drawing a Grizzly Spectacle. I can play 2 blockers, I suppose. It buys me a turn, but it's not really doing much for us here. So I have to chump block, or else I die to elemental. Could double block, lose both my guys, get rid of the Thunder Fist. Yeah, that's not bad either, actually. And if my opponent wants to crack the Cinderella, okay. I guess we do that. Gets rid of Battalion. And if my opponent wants to use the Cinder Elemental on one of my dudes, I think I'm okay with that too. Well, I mean, I don't know what you want me to do about that. Shadow Slice. Yeah, Shadow Slice doesn't look so good here. All right, well, made it a lot further than I thought we would with this deck. Thought we actually did really well. Considering I'm 18 lands, I'm splashing for very difficult spells to splash for, basically off a Prism and a couple lands, so made it to the finals, so we at least get a free draft out of the deal, which is a good exchange. So basically got a bunch of free cards, a free few tickets from the Foundry, and a free draft, so I can't complain. And this match was very close. I mean, we basically lost game 2 by a hair, and game 1 was super close too. So all in all, our deck performed very well, and that was actually pretty close to a victory for the draft. So hope you enjoyed it. We'll be doing some more Gatecrash along the way here. I don't know if our deck's going to be as crazy as this one, but we'll see. All right, thanks for tuning in, folks. We'll see you soon.